What's up, guys? It's me, Code Coffee What If, and I'm here with a what if called What If Deku had a trainer quirk. Basically, Deku's quirk, it enhances his muscle capabilities, I guess, something like that. It's like Muscular's quirk, like how he can expand his muscles, but instead it works like this. So whenever Deku starts training, you know how Deku in the anime, the 10 months, he got pretty ripped? Somewhere around that? Well, with this quirk, he gets like Mario type kind of rip. You know, so basically, Deku's gonna have the body mass of All Might. Yes. And, well, it's gonna work like this. So one day, I'll explain the quirk in a minute too. So one day, um, Deku and his mom go to the quirk doctor, and they say that his quirk is called trainer, and they explain how it works. It helps Deku on producing his muscles extremely much faster, and they're extremely much stronger too. And also, whenever he's like around people and they're trying to work out, their muscles become like stronger. They get muscular much faster than normally. So basically, whenever Deku is around people and they're training, working out, trying to get muscles, it basic he's like what's that one thing called that bodybuilders use? I forgot the name of it. But he's basically like he enhances the people's bodies to produce more muscle. Yeah, basically that. And Deku, this affects him extremely because when Deku starts training, he trains like around, let's say, 5, I guess. So Deku's gonna be pretty ripped, like you see on the picture right now. And this is what he's look like in his here costume. A badass. And I just wanted to get this one because I wanted to. So, I'm gonna go through this one. So Deku is the same height as All Might, and Deku has more muscles than All Might. Yes, and also when Deku trains people and they're quirkless, their bodies get like enhanced. Like they can punch a sandbag, and they will break it like off the chain, make a hole through it. That's his quirk works. So if you train someone, they become superhuman. Yes, superhuman. Always like around people in their training, they get like enhancements, like an enhancement. And this works for Deku too. And I think that's all I have to say about this quirk. And also, no, that I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say for this quirk. So it's gonna be like, it's gonna be Deku. Hold up, wouldn't Deku look like? Never mind, never mind. So Deku, it would be the middle school, and the teacher would walk in, and he would say that we have to talk about your guys' future and what you're gonna do. Then he turns around and throws the papers. He says this. He says that he already knows that all of you guys want to be heroes, and everyone's like celebrating. And then Bakugo starts doing his speech. Also, Deku's much stronger than One for All and muscular, so he's pretty strong. He's not One Punch Man level, but he is stronger than All Might and Nomu and One for All. So he's pretty strong. So Bakugo would start doing his speech like he's the only person here that's worthy of becoming a hero, and the other people would probably just get lucky enough to be a sidekick. And then the teacher says there's two students that want to go UA, Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya. And Deku still has the baby face. As we all know, this the baby face. But imagine Prince Charming's head on a gorilla, a muscular gorilla, I guess. Imagine that. And also, since Deku's like soul built, the people had to design like clothes for him that would like compress his body to make him look like a normal Deku. Just imagine short normal Deku, and then when Deku, let's say Deku flexes and his clothes rip, and he just becomes this gorilla with all these muscles, pretty much. So Deku, well, people know about his quirk, but they never have seen it. They've never seen it before. So a lot of people think he's just quirkless, and he's just really strong or something like that. And then Bakugo turns around and he says, "Why would someone like you want to go UA? Your quirk is so useless." So Deku would stand up in front of Bakugo, and Deku right now is short because he has his special clothes on that will compress his body to make it look normal. And then Deku would get in, and Deku would slowly unbutton his shirt and then take it off, and his body would just expand, and he would be the size of All Might, and he would be in front of Bakugo. And everyone sees that Deku has all these muscles, and this is starting to make me cringe. And I don't know why I'm doing this with, but I just wanted to. So Bakugo actually gets hit by one of Deku's muscles, and he accidentally falls down. And he just looks up and he sees this giant Deku with a baby face. Oh my god. So Deku would say that Deku would chuckle and said, "What were you saying again, Bakugo?" And Bakugo just gets up and says, "What the hell are you?" And Deku would explain what his quirk does. And yeah. Well, he explains what his quirk does, how it enhances his body, and his quirk is a mutant type. So yeah. It's a mutant type. So what else? So Deku goes home. So it's the end of the class of school, I mean, and everyone's starting to leave, and well, a lot of people don't know this, but Deku has his own gym. Yes, his very own gym. It would be called, what should we call it? The Golden Gym, I guess. Golden Pecs Gym. A golden... Let's see. Let's just call it a gym for right now. I'll think of a name later. So Deku has his own gym, so Deku's pretty rich. Yeah, you know this. He got that moolah. And also, Inko also has Deku's quirk, but it doesn't work like his, kind of. Instead of Inko having the psychic quirk, when she can pull small objects to her, she has what Deku's quirk is. She looks something like this. So yeah. Just want to put that out. So yeah. So Deku's walking home and he gets attacked by the Sludge villain. The Sludge villain wraps around him, and the Sludge villain says that you have a nice body. Don't mind if I take over it. Use you as a meat bag. And Deku would just be like, huh? And he would just walk out of the Sludge villain like it was nothing. And the Sludge villain would be surprised. And then Deku flexes. Yes, he flexes. And his like shirt rips. It like explodes. And yes, he is a giant, tall, buff kid. And he's like, what the hell are you? And Deku would say that, well, I am a bodybuilder. And then Deku would do, let's call it a gamma smash. Because of his suit, I guess. Or should we call it the Izuku smash? Izuku punch? Something. He punches and it does a giant, let's say a giant shockwave of air. Like a giant shockwave like All Might did in canon. The Sludge Venom's everywhere. And Deku has a backup shirt, so he quickly puts that on. So then he shrinks back down to his normal size. Yeah. It's a really weird what if, I know. Okay, let's see what else. Then All Might would arrive and see that Deku took down the Sludge villain. All Might would come up to Deku and say, hey kid, how did you take down the Sludge villain? Deku would say that he used his quirk. All Might would say, what kind of quirk do you have? And Deku would explain what his quirk does and what it can do. Yeah. All Might's really surprised because he's kind of like him's. Like how he has the small Might form. But Deku doesn't really turn small. His clothes compress his body. But Deku can always just rip out of his clothes. So yeah. And also his hair costume is made out of the same material that Mount Lady's costume made out of. So if Deku flexes, it doesn't explode. So yeah. So All Might grabs the Sludge villain in a bottle and he jumps off and he overjumps putting too much force in, and the bottle falls out and it lands on Bakugo's head. And Bakugo kicks it and it opens up, and this Sludge villain takes over Bakugo's body and saying, I'll use you as a hostage for now. And then the entire thing about Bakugo being captured by the Sludge villain happens. Deku sees this and he walks over there to see what happened. Yes. And he sees that the bunch of heroes aren't doing anything. Sorry. Well, he walks over there and he sees that there's someone trapped within the Sludge villain. Deku's thinking in his mind, didn't All Might have the Sludge villain a moment ago? And he sees that it's Bakugo being suffocated. And Deku quickly takes off his backpack and he jumps over that police gate they put up sometimes. And he starts running. And Deku doesn't flex. Well, he just starts running. And the Sludge villain uses Bakugo explosion to explode Deku, and he does, but it burns off his t-shirt, let's say, and what just appears is a giant boy, and exactly like in the anime, Deku grabs Bakugo by the shirt, and Deku does a punch, sending a giant air wave of, yes, a shockwave of air, making like a little tornado. Like in the anime, how All Might did it, but instead it's Deku that did it. And the Sludge villain's everywhere. He's knocked out, and a bunch of the people come up and say, "Hey, what's your quirk? Is it something? Is it an activation quirk, mutant quirk, or transformation quirk? I mean, emitter quirk, mutant quirk, or transformation quirk?" And some of the people in there know who Deku is because his gym, or more like his mom's gym, but soon it will be inherited to Deku because there was like, let's say there's like 4 generations. He's the 5th generation of the Midoriyas, so he would inherit the gym next. Some people there know Deku, and they say, "Wait, aren't you from the Midoriya family?" Also, Inko is a hero too. Well, like, you know how Ida's family have a dominant gene of their quirks? It's like that. So Deku's quirk is a dominant gene, but sometimes it switches. It it just like it's each person that has the same quirk gets like a different way to use it mostly. Like how Ida's family have the jets on the back, legs, arms, hands, feet, I don't know. So it's a work scene like that, and they say that you're from the Midoriya family, aren't you? Your mother's the, let's say Inko's the number 2 hero. Yes, so Endeavor's the number 3. I could care less about Endeavor, and we all know this. So, because he's an asshole to his son and family. So, some of the people start noticing that Deku is from the Midoriya family, and they starting to say that, "Hey, are you going to UA? How his quirk works? Hey, are you going to inherit the gym?" And he answers all of them with a smile. And Bao gets up and says, "Hey, I didn't need your help. I could have handled it on my own." And Deku says, "Yeah, sure you could. How was that 5 minutes ago?" And Deku just still smiling. And Bakugo gets angry, but he doesn't go full ballistic on Deku. He's just like more irritated than in the anime. So yeah. So sooner or later, the paparazzi starts clouding Deku, and Deku starts walking away, and since he doesn't have a backup shirt, he's just walking home shirtless. Yes. And All Might arrives, and All Might saw Deku, and he saw how built he was. He was like more muscular than him. All Might. So All Might says, "Hey kid, aren't you Midoriya? I mean, Izuku Midoriya?" And Deku turns around and says, "Yeah, that's me, All Might." And All Might says, "Would like to ask you a question." Deku would say, "What was your question, All Might?" All Might would say, "Would you like to inherit my quirk?" So All Might explains what his quirk does and what happened and why he has a small light form. And Deku understands, but I'm not giving Deku one for all. If I did, Deku would be too OP. He would literally become One Punch Man. So I'm not doing that. Put in the comments who I should give 1 to. And do not put in the comments Mineta, please. I haven't seen one yet, but I'm worried I might see one day, and I do not want to see that. So Deku says that he doesn't want to. He says he wants to get stronger by himself, by his own quirk, without no shortcuts. And then All Might says, "Oh, okay, very well then." And then All Might says, "Would you like if I trained you?" And Deku said, "Not really. I already you already know my family, right? How we brutally train each other into giant muscle machines, so I'm covered on the training. But if you want to, you can come to our gym. Here's a golden VIP pass for you, All Might. Come visit someday. Who knows, we can help you." And All Might takes the VIP golden ticket or card, whatever. And the next day, All Might arrives to the gym. And they see just a bunch of people they see a bunch of bodybuilders just going at it. Just imagine just a montage of bodybuilders. Yes. Deku's also doing training. And then All Might arrives, and All Might's in his buff form. So yeah. So he goes up to Deku. "Hello, Midoriya." And Deku stops, and he says, "Oh, hello, All Might. It's nice to see you." They do a manly handshake. Ah, this is getting too gay. This is so gay. But I still have to do this because I want to. So let's continue. Okay. Do not roast me in the comments, please. So Deku would tell All Might, "Would you like to start training with us?" And Inko is being a hero, so she does work out, but sometimes she has time to work out like all day. So yeah. So you see Inko in the back just going at it like a war machine. Yes, imagine this is Inko with long hair. Yes, imagine that. Because I'm actually going to use this for what if Deku had a healing quirk with a counterpart. So this is going to be the picture I'm going to use. So yeah. What else? Hold up, give me a second. Okay. So what else? So Deku and All Might start training. And Deku tells All Might to go in his, like small light form. And he tells him to train in that form. So Deku explains how to train in his form. So he does that. And I'm gonna cut this video short because I feel like it's getting too long and I have to do something. So don't worry, I will do part 2 of all the I have to do, like the Venom one, what Deku had a counterpart. What else? Also I will be doing more what is in the future. Goodbye. Remember, go beyond your limit. Plus, ultra crap.